What is the worst advice a mentor or a coach has given you when it comes to business?
So we haven't had many business mentors over our 10-year period that we have been coaching. We've had 2 really good ones that basically allowed us to put systems in place and just basically gave us advice. But then we had a bad one that literally lasted a month, but he's very well established within the fitness industry. For a lot of people love him, but for us, it didn't work.
It just didn't work.
It didn't work. Like literally sign up to him. We told him the price that we charge, and he said to us that you need to quadruple your monthly rate, quadruple your upfront payment, and didn't even know the demographic of our client. They didn't know where they're from. They didn't know what jobs they have. They knew nothing. All it was simple, just increase your prices, quadruple, and then DM more people within your account.
And what happened when we did that?
Every coach has those clients where they can be a pain in the arse. Let's just say that. So we tried it on those clients, and guess what? They left.
They all left.
They left.
They all left.
But so
we pissed them off, and they left.
Yeah, and that time as well, we just moved to Dubai.
Yeah.
So obviously, our biggest worry is we've just moved to a country, and our biggest worry is that we're going to lose all our clients. If we literally listened to this guy, this business mentor, we would not be here where we are today.
Probably not.
All of our clients would have left because, again, they don't know the demographic. It's just a standard, generic business mentor thing. Increase your prices, DM more people.
Yeah, it was awful. That was up there with the worst advice we've ever taken.
And we hear it like so many times from people. It's just a generic thing. DM more people, increase your rates. That's not how you keep your current clients. That's not how you get results. That's just one way to piss your clients off.
And I also think it's quite a lazy approach, because as we know that every single client has a different situation, different jobs, different income. So to do that to clients, it was the worst thing we've ever done. So if you're listening to this, please do not do it. Learn from our mistake. Don't do that.
Yeah, and especially as well, we've had clients that have been for us since the very beginning, 10 years.
Yeah, the OGs.
Yeah, and they're loyal to us. So one of the worst things that you can do is quadruple their pricing
it's out of order.
Overnight. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So if you have got that a bit of advice,
don't take it.
Don't take it. Of course, look, there's different ways that you can build your business. We're not saying against high ticket is wrong. But you got to know your client. So many people, they just get into coaching and they just charge ridiculous prices straight away, and they haven't actually earned their stripes yet.
That's it.
They've literally just jumped on board and they see all these coaches traveling the world, doing really well, like us, but we've earned it.
Massively. We've grafted for years and years and years to get to this point.
It's hard work, but you can't just go in there and start charging ridiculous monthly rates without a well-established coach. Thing is that you have to get that domino effect. Go in low. If you're not a well-established coach, start off low. A monthly real low rate. That way you can attract clients. That way you can build up your transformations. That way it comes with domino effect when you start banging out those transformations.
Yeah, and that's literally all about referrals.
So if you have just got a business mentor and they've just told you to increase your rate,
sack them.
Think about it. Sometimes you do need to increase your rate for sure, but it gets to a point that we increased ours because we couldn't take on any more people, and it also as well the workload as well is ridiculous at one point.
And you gain experience, you gain more knowledge, you invest back into courses and multiple things like that, so you earn the right to increase your rate. But if you're coming straight in as a newbie, you have to start at the bottom, unfortunately. You
got to earn your way up. It's well and good coming in and try and charge what you want, but like I say, you have to put the work in. We haven't had a day off since we've coached.
Long time.
That's actually mad to say that. But that's not us complaining, by the way, because we absolutely love it. We absolutely love it. I love getting clients results. I love seeing them reach their goals. But I think a lot of people just get into the coaching for the wrong reasons, and you're going to get found out very, very quickly. You got to love coaching. Yeah,
if you don't love it and you're just there for the money, you will not be in it for the long game.
I know it sounds mad, but we actually didn't check our bank account for the first year of coaching, because obviously
Do you remember what you did?
What?
Do you remember?
What?
When you had that client, okay, we might as well say it, 'cause we're all learning from our mistakes. So Tom had a client and he must have coached him for about a year.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
And then he realised at the end of the year, this client had not paid
for
a penny.
For 2 years.
But then you asked him and you're like, mate, you haven't paid
I was
me.
really embarrassed. Not money focused though, because
We
the thing
wasn't.
is, you
It
had
was
your
transformation. I was obsessed with getting those transformations.
yeah, because you had your job, I had my job. The coaching business was just a hobby, something that we enjoyed.
Side hustle, yeah.
And then my dad was like, because at the start we actually didn't charge any money. We didn't charge anything.
Do you want a training plan? We were like, yeah, right.
Yeah, we can.
Like, I really enjoy doing it.
And then my
sure.
dad was like, hold on, you need to actually start charging people for
Yeah.
this, because you look pretty good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
And but yeah, that's what can happen at the start is
sloppy, but we've learned, we've got structures in place, we've got systems in place, and you learn from your mistakes in business. But one of the main things we've learned is to make sure they're paying you, because otherwise you're working for free.
Because we wasn't money focused, yes, that was stupid, we didn't have things in place, but I'm just letting you guys know that the reason why we got into coaching is not because of the money, it was generally because we loved it.
We loved it.
Still do. And I think if you have a passion for it, you're going to do very, very well.
Yeah.
It's for us, our screen time's like 16 hours sometimes on our phones, sometimes even more, which sounds ridiculous. But you have to be willing to put the work in. There's no days off. I know there was some coaches that would literally go, oh my God, I can't believe they don't have a day off. We've heard some stories where some coaches are like, don't mess me over the weekend. Don't mess me after these hours. I get it. I do get that. But my thing is, if you signed up to a coach and you need to talk to them, doesn't matter what hour. Because most of the time as well, when that client falls off track as well, it's on the weekend.
100%.
Anyone can do Monday to Friday, and then when they actually need that support on the weekend, like, oh my God, I'm craving, or I'm hungry, or want to, or whatever, they message you and you can keep them on track.
What about that mentor that we had? And he was like, don't message me on the weekend.
That was the same one.
Bellend. I said it. Bellend.
Yeah.
Why do you think most coaches struggle to keep clients longer than, they struggle to keep them for 12 weeks? They get to 12 weeks and then they cannot keep them any longer.
This obviously depends on the actual client itself as well. Some people, at the end of the day, we still get it. Some clients, look, I just want to do 12 weeks, I'm going on holiday, see you later. That happens.
Completed, yeah.
But a lot of the time is they can fall off after a 12-week period, or even before that as well. Like, it's because you don't actually have a structure in place. You don't actually set their expectations of how long it's going to take to get to their goal. For example, they just done 12 weeks and they're like, oh, I didn't really get to where I really wanted to be. And that's because you haven't set those expectations. You've got to roadmap it out to them. You've got to say, look, this is the phase you're in. Give them a rough idea of how long it's going to take. And also as well, structure beyond however long they've signed up for. If they've signed up for 12 weeks, implement a year's plan.
100%.
Because then they're invested straight into that plan.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, it's just 12 weeks, then what happens after that? In their head, they just think, oh, it's just 12 weeks, they're done. So, that's obviously, look, you'll be able to keep your clients, which is brilliant, earns you more money. But most importantly, the client actually has expectations in order to get to their goals, and they know what they need to do in order to get there as well. So they don't just think it's 12 weeks and then they feel like they've actually failed. It's going to take you longer. For a lot of people, it can take up to like 6 months, even a year.
Exactly.
Realistically, it's a year.
And we always say this to someone. So when they come to us, we're like, okay, you have been eating shit for about 5 years. You're not going to get to your goal in 3 months versus 5 years. So it's about setting that expectation to people and being realistic. Don't sell them the bullshit and be like, I'm going to get you in shape in 1 month. It doesn't happen. It literally doesn't happen. And a lot of people will get sucked into that. Okay, you've got some new leads, you've got them in, but now they're disappointed. They've been with you a month and they're not where they want to be because you've sold them that bullshit. You have. So you, as a coach, be fucking honest with them. Be true to them and be like, this is going to take you maybe a year to get out of that mess that you've been in for the past 5 years.
Yeah, that's a very good point as well. You'll see a lot of coaches selling the dream, saying like, this is what's going to happen. They put up these transformations saying this is what you can achieve in like 8 weeks. Of course, look, you have these clients that we have as well, where they get insane results in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But we're honest with these people as well that come on board, and we have calls with them like, look, this is generally how long it's going to take. And they're like, how comes this client took this long? Because Could be genetics, could be they have a little bit more time or whatever. But realistically, you know, this is the time that's going to take you to get there. Expectations, you know, otherwise they go, oh, how comes it took this guy this time as long to get in this shape, it hasn't for me. They feel like they failed. So straight away you need to go, right, this is what you're going to expect. Like, we have an expectation timeline, don't we?
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, the roadmaps are so important. We will never not give a client a roadmap, because otherwise, you know, what are they working towards? What is their goal? If a client does not have a goal, they are not going to stay with you long term. That is a huge thing that we learn very, very early on in the coaching business. Every single client needs a goal.
So in the early days, we've made the mistakes, and that's what we've put into our course. Talks about our mistakes, but now we have built the systems in place to actually keep the clients long term, maximize results. And when you maximize results, they're happy. That means they're going to refer you.
Do you think a coaching business needs to be constantly having ads online, on Facebook, on Instagram? What are your thoughts on that?
We've never paid for ads once ever.
And that blows every mentor we've ever been with. It blows their mind.
Yeah, when we obviously when we was living in Dubai, you're hanging around those. I'm not saying it's bad, by the way. It's just how we haven't coached. We just haven't needed to.
No.
People are like, oh, ads. You know, we hear about people spending thousands and thousands and pounds, you know, on ads, and we're like, that just sounds wild to us. Like obviously it pulls these people in, which we see. We speak to these people, these coaches, like they pull a lot of people in, but they spend a lot of money to get those leads,
and then they don't keep them. They give up.
They drop off. They drop off like flies, because what they're so focused on getting new clients, new leads, they're not focused on their current clients. They're not keeping them happy. They're not getting them results, and what happens? They drop off, and then what happens more? You have to keep paying for more ads. And it's literally leaky bucket, let's just say.
It's a never-ending cycle. What we have done is focus on your clients. And then you don't need to be chasing leads after leads after leads after leads, because you have your nice selection of clients. You've got them, and they're gonna, if you get them the results that they want, you give them accountability and support, they will stay with you for years.
Yeah, that's our thing as well, guys. If at the end of the day, if you're getting your clients results, you're giving them support, they're happy with the service, they're going to refer you, and they're going to stay with you.
And that is exactly how we've grown our business. We haven't done it by ads. We haven't done it by like funnels or any techie kind of AI stuff. We have our clients. We work with them longer than 12 weeks. You know, they're staying with us longer than 12 weeks. And we keep them happy. We set them goals. We continue with the goals once they've hit new goals. We give them new milestones. And that is how you do it. That is how you keep that retention nice and high, so you don't need to be chasing leads all the time. Why do you think some coaches can keep clients for like years and years and years and years, and why other coaches can't even keep them for like 10 weeks? What do you think the difference is?
It's the structure. It's as simple as that. As soon as you have a structure with actually in your coaching, then your client retention is never had a terrible retention rate, but it's got better and better as the years gone on since we've implemented these tools into our business
massively.
That we've created. You know, it's all about structure. You know, if someone's dropping off after 4 weeks, you've got to be looking at that. You've got to be finding ways that you can track that as well. In our program, we have that as well. So we'll be able to show you how to track these, you know, how to track these drop-offs when they're dropping off. You know, for example, are they dropping off due because they just don't like it or whatever? You need to find that information out. Once you find that information out, that's how your client retention improves. So first things first, you've got to have structure, you know, making sure you're setting expectations in the roadmap in the onboarding process, in the roadmap, and map out the whole entire year. So they're invested into that year as well. That's how you are going to get amazing results, because we all know, guys, results don't happen overnight. It takes weeks, months, years. And we've had clients with us since the very beginning, like over 10 years. You know, I think our average is probably around about 5 years, which is actually quite crazy to say.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Even I question it, I'm like, they've been with us a long time.
Yeah. You know, and they're happy. And the reason why they're happy is because we give them support.
Yeah.
We give them everything that they need.
That's it.
That's it. And we're not charging crazy prices, guys. And
No,
that's it. So
it's like the sweet spot for people to be able to pay it and still have a comfortable life, and not put them at financial risk, because we're not stupid and we'd never do that to someone.
Because it comes down to, a lot of the time, is why they drop off is because they don't find value in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you're not giving them good support, you're not getting them results, they're going to leave. Obviously, if you're going to give them everything possible and give them a good rate, they're going to stay long term. And what
100%.
happens? That means you get the transformation, most likely they're going to refer you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a knock-on effect. No coaches that they charge ridiculous prices.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that they have to pay a lot for ads.
Mm-hmm.
They stress their eyeballs as well, that they don't even have any referrals coming through.
It's wild.
Any referrals. Like literally, guys, all ours are literally all referrals, all word of mouth, obviously through social media.
Yeah.
That is it.
That's it.
That's it.
And our main we use Instagram, don't we? Whatever goes onto Instagram goes onto Facebook, but all of our leads come from Instagram. So we've always doubled down on Instagram, and how we've done that is through we set up a Instagram account. I remember I said to you, I was like, I really want to just post all of our transformations. So you had your account, I had my one, and then we created a joint one, and every single transformation, bang, we just kept doing it. And like, I just become obsessed, didn't we? I was like, I think every day for the past, like, God knows how many years, 10 years,
Yeah.
I have posted something on that Instagram account.
Thousands of transformations.
Thousands. And that's how we've done it. Keep your clients, keep that retention nice and high, get those transformations, show them out to the world, show them to their friends, the friends see it. And then, like you said, it's a domino. This is how we get leads.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know how everyone else does it, but this is how we've done it. And, this is how we've got to the point of where we are, because we've grown a business by getting clients results. And where's the proof?
Yeah. We get people telling us all the time, oh, you need to do ads. Like how many people message us? Oh, you need to do ads. You need to do this. Ads are great for some people. But we've just never done it, and we're just telling you how we do things.
And we've never needed to do it, because our retention is so fucking
It's
good.
because how we do these like little things, we disagree with some coaches. They're like, oh, up your prices, do this, do that. We've just kept it very, very simple. Very simple. The clients are happy, they stay longer, they refer. That's it.